Ever feel like you're just kind of going through the motions?
Hmm.
Like there's got to be something more to life.
Yeah.
Well, today's deep dive might just hold some clues. We're cracking open a treasure chest of knowledge,
All right.
an academic journal called Black Pearl,
Okay.
all about Thelema. Think symbolism, secret societies, even mystical journeys through other realms. Luckily, I've got an expert guide to help us navigate these, sometimes, shall we say, intense waters.
Let's dive in.
Now, everyone's heard that famous Thelema line, do what thou wilt,
Yeah.
but honestly, it's always left me a little confused. Does that mean just do whatever I feel like? Consequences be damned?
It's a common misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Think of it less as do whatever and more like discover your purpose and really live it. Thelema calls this your true will, that unique path you're meant to forge in the universe.
So it's not about instant gratification. It's about figuring out your role in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. It's about aligning your actions with that deeper purpose, even if it means taking the harder path.
Well, this Black Pearl journal doesn't shy away from the tough stuff.
Yeah.
One article even asks, is Thelema a solar phallic religion?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm intrigued, but also maybe a little nervous to ask what that even means.
It's a question designed to make you think.
Yeah, especially this quote that jumped out at me. Both sexes have this generative power of nature. Both sexes have a phallus. Now, we're not talking about literal anatomy here.
Right. We have to go beyond the surface.
Okay.
Think of the phallus here as a symbol of creative energy, a life force that drives us all, regardless of gender.
Oh, okay.
It's about tapping into that universal power, the potential to create, to grow, to evolve.
So more like an energetic concept.
Oh.
And there's a connection to Kundalini energy too,
Absolutely.
right? Something I've heard about from yoga but never fully understood.
Kundalini, that coiled serpent energy at the base of the spine, is also linked to this idea of potent transformative power. In Thelema, awakening the Kundalini is seen as a path to incredible growth, even genius.
Oh, wow.
But here's the catch. The journal stresses that rushing into it without proper preparation can be dangerous.
So there's this element of danger,
Yeah.
even risk, to unlocking this power. It's not just all rainbows and sunshine.
Exactly. Thelema doesn't shy away from the shadows, the challenges that come with spiritual growth.
Speaking of shadows, I'm ready to dig into some of the history that this journal unpacks.
Okay.
There's an entire article on the Rosicrucians, which just screams mystery and intrigue. They're like the OG secret society.
We definitely hold a certain allure. And their manifestos, the Fama Fraternitatis and Confessio Fraternitatis, laid the groundwork for their enduring legacy.
But what blew my mind was this historical tidbit. The Fama was published exactly 300 years after the Knights Templar were dismantled. That can't be a coincidence, can it?
It's a fascinating connection suggesting a potential link between these groups, even across centuries. The journal goes even further, suggesting a connection to figures like John Dee,
Was that?
Queen Elizabeth I's own court magician.
Wait, so there's a possibility of a hidden lineage of knowledge passed down through these groups.
Yeah.
Talk about a conspiracy theory.
It certainly makes you wonder about the unseen forces that might be shaping history and guiding humanity's spiritual evolution. It's like an invisible order operating behind the scenes.
Okay, I'm hooked. Tell me more about how this connects back to the Thelema.
Well, Thelema itself emphasizes seeking hidden knowledge and uncovering deeper truths. It encourages us to question what we think we know and to look for connections that others might miss.
So it's not just about accepting things at face value. It's about doing your own research, making your own connections. That resonates with me. But how do you put this into practice?
That's where the AA comes in.
Okay.
A system for spiritual development woven throughout this Black Pearl journal.
All right.
Think of it like a structured approach to soul growth, kind of like a personalized workout plan for your spirit.
The journal mentioned practical techniques and a graded system of instruction. Is it kind of like a step-by-step guide to self-improvement?
In a way, yes. It's about actively engaging in practices and rituals that facilitate personal transformation. For example, the journal details a ritual for purifying the character, using specific techniques and symbols.
So not just sitting around thinking lofty thoughts. It's about taking action. But let me ask you this. Can you progress in Thelema without going all in on the, shall we say, more intense stuff, like sex magic? I mean, the journal even had a reader question about that.
That's a common question, and the answer is a resounding yes.
Yeah.
While sex magic is a tool within Thelema, it's just one among many.
Okay.
The core focus is on confronting limitations and pushing past your comfort zone, regardless of the specific practices you choose.
Okay, that's a relief.
Yeah.
But this next theme really grabbed my attention. The power of the subconscious mind. The journal described it as your own personal assistant,
Right.
managing everything from your bodily functions to your intuition.
That's a great analogy. Thelema recognizes that a huge part of who we are operates beneath the surface of conscious awareness.
Yeah.
And its rituals and practices use symbols and imagery to tap into that subconscious power.
So like sending coded messages to your inner self to reprogram negative patterns.
Exactly. It's about using the language of the subconscious, symbols, archetypes, dreams, to create positive change from the ground up.
That's fascinating. So how do you even begin to access those deeper levels?
There are many techniques, but meditation is a powerful one. By quieting the conscious mind, we create space for the subconscious to emerge and communicate its wisdom.
Makes sense. It's like clearing out the clutter to find the hidden gems within.
Yeah.
But speaking of hidden gems, let's talk about the mystical side of Thelema. The journal has this section called The Vision and the Voice, which recounts Aleister Crowley's journeys through mystical realms called aethers. It sounds intense.
It is. These ethers offer a glimpse into the exploration of consciousness, encountering otherworldly beings and grappling with profound truths.
One vision really stood out to me. Crowley encountered a golden child, the god Eros, and was given the task of shooting an arrow. It felt so symbolic.
It's full of layers. The golden child represents untapped potential. Eros embodies desire and creative energy, and the arrow signifies focused intention. The challenge is to unite these forces, channeling desire towards your true will.
Wow, that's powerful. And it seems connected to that Kundalini energy we discussed earlier, the arrow rising, symbolizing that awakening.
Exactly. You're starting to see how the pieces fit together, the interconnectedness of these seemingly disparate concepts.
Okay, I'm officially mind blown. But we can't talk Thelema without mentioning its central text, the Book of the Law, right?
Absolutely. Liber AL Veldus is a complex and often challenging text, but it's also a source of profound wisdom.
And the journal does a great job of tying key quotes back to what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Like discovering your true will and embracing personal transformation.
Thelema is about personal exploration, not blind faith. It encourages you to engage with the book, wrestle with its ideas, and find your own meaning. It's not about accepting someone else's interpretation. It's about forging your own path to understanding. It's about making the text come alive in your own life.
That's what makes it so empowering. You're in the driver's seat. But, you know, I got to be honest. Some of the language in the Book of the Law can be pretty intimidating.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk about purity, and I'm not sure I always get it.
It's another one of those concepts that can easily be misunderstood.
Yeah.
Purity in Thelema isn't about being morally perfect or following a bunch of rigid rules.
Right.
It's more about clearing away anything that blocks you from expressing your true will fully.
So more of an inner purity than outward appearances.
Yeah.
Like decluttering your mind to make space for your true purpose to shine through.
Exactly. It's about purifying your thoughts, your desires, and your actions, creating a clear channel for your true will to flow.
The journal even mentions this classic text called the King Kang King, or the Classic of Purity. Is that something someone studying Thelema would typically read?
Absolutely. It's a text that offers powerful insights into cultivating inner purity and finding that balance within yourself.
Okay.
It emphasizes practices like quieting the mind, letting go of attachments, and embracing stillness.
Sounds a lot like what we were talking about with meditation.
It is. The goal is to find a state of inner peace, clarity, and focus, allowing your true will to emerge naturally, like a spring bubbling up from the earth.
Okay, I'm starting to get the connection between all these different aspects of Thelema. It's not just about abstract philosophy or esoteric rituals. It's about personal transformation, tapping into that inner power.
Yes.
And aligning yourself with your true will. And through that process, you can connect with something bigger than yourself.
You got it. Thelema at its core is about that journey of self-discovery and the realization that your true will is a reflection of the divine spark within you.
All right, I'm ready to dive a bit deeper into this purifying the character ritual that the Black Pearl Journal talks about. What are some of the techniques they describe?
Well, one technique focuses on recognizing and releasing negative thought patterns.
Okay.
It involves identifying those recurring negative thoughts that hold you back
Yeah.
and consciously choosing to replace them with positive affirmations.
Well, it's like actively rewiring your brain, challenging those default settings that might not be serving you.
Exactly. It's about taking control of your internal dialogue and consciously shaping the story you tell yourself.
What other techniques are involved in this ritual?
Another powerful technique focuses on harnessing the power of visualization.
Hmm.
The journal describes visualizing yourself, embodying the qualities you want to cultivate, whether it's courage, compassion, or creativity.
Uh-oh.
It's about creating a mental image of your ideal self and allowing that image to guide your actions.
So it's not just wishful thinking. It's about creating a blueprint for who you want to become.
Yeah.
And using that to guide your actions in the real world.
Precisely. It's about actively shaping your reality through the power of focused intention.
This is reminding me of Crowley's ether vision with the golden child Eros and the arrow. The arrow symbolizing that focused intention, the power to direct our energy towards our true will.
It's all connected. Those symbols offer potent reminders of the forces at play within us and the tools we have to harness them.
Speaking of symbols, the journal also mentions using specific colors and scents during the purification ritual. What's the significance of that?
Each color and scent is associated with particular qualities and energies.
Okay.
For example, white is often used to represent purity and clarity, while frankincense is known for its purifying and uplifting properties.
Interesting.
Incorporating these elements into the ritual helps create a sensory experience that enhances the process of transformation.
So it's not just about the mental and emotional aspects.
Right.
It's about engaging all the senses to create a truly immersive experience.
It's about creating a sacred space where you can connect with your deeper self and access that transformative power within.
This reminds me of something you mentioned earlier, the idea that Thelema isn't about seeking easy answers.
Right.
It's about asking the right questions. And it seems like rituals like this purification of character are designed to guide us towards those deeper questions, those that help us uncover our true will.
You're right. It's not about finding a quick fix or a one-size-fits-all solution. It's about embarking on a journey of self-discovery, and rituals provide a framework for that journey.
Okay, so we've explored some of the techniques involved in the purification of character ritual. But what about the actual steps involved? How does it work in practice?
The journal provides a detailed outline of the ritual,
Okay.
emphasizing the importance of creating a sacred space, setting clear intentions, and invoking the energies associated with purity and transformation.
So it's not just about going through the motions, it's about approaching it with reverence and intention?
Yeah. Exactly. It's about creating a ritualistic container that allows you to access a deeper level of awareness and connect with the transformative forces at play.
This is making me realize how much depth there is to these thelemic practices. It's not just about following a set of rules or dogmas.
Yeah.
It's about actively engaging in a process of self-discovery and transformation.
You're starting to grasp the essence of it. The Lima offers a path of empowerment, encouraging individuals to take responsibility for their own spiritual evolution.
So it's about becoming the architect of your own spiritual journey.
Precisely. It's about embracing the power to shape your reality and manifest your true will in the world.
I'm really curious about this sacred space element. What are some of the things someone might do to create that space?
It can be as simple or elaborate as you like. The key is to create an environment that feels conducive to introspection and spiritual practice. Some people might choose to light candles, burn incense, or create an altar with meaningful objects. Others might prefer to find a quiet spot in nature where they can connect with the elements.
So it's about finding what resonates with you and creating a space that feels aligned with your personal practice.
Exactly. There's no right or wrong way to create a sacred space.
Right.
It's about finding what works for you and allowing it to support your journey.
But what about the actual invocation of energies? How does that work?
It involves focusing your intention and calling upon the specific energies or qualities you want to embody or cultivate.
Okay.
This could involve reciting affirmations, chanting mantras, or visualizing those energies flowing into your being.
So it's almost like a form of energy work, directing those forces to support your intention.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that we are not separate from those energies, but rather interconnected with them.
Right.
And through ritual, we can tap into that connection and consciously work with those forces.
This is all making me realize how much intentionality is involved in thelemic practice. It's not just about passively accepting things as they are.
Right.
It's about actively shaping your reality and aligning yourself with your true will.
You're hitting the nail on the head. The Lima emphasizes personal responsibility and the power of choice. It's about recognizing that we have the agency to create the life we desire.
All right, so we've covered the preparation of the sacred space, the setting of intentions, and the invocation of energies.
Right.
What comes next in this purification of character ritual?
The next step involves a process of introspection and self-reflection,
Okay.
examining those aspects of your character that you want to purify or transform.
So it's like taking a deep dive into your own shadow self,
Yeah,
confronting those aspects that might be holding you back.
precisely. It's about acknowledging those less than desirable qualities without judgment or shame.
But how do you do that without getting bogged down in negativity?
The key is to approach it with a spirit of compassion and understanding.
Okay.
It's about recognizing that those shadows are part of who we are, but not the totality of our being.
Right.
And through this process of purification, we can integrate those shadows and reclaim the wholeness of ourselves.
That's a powerful concept, embracing the shadow self as part of the journey to wholeness.
It's a key part of the Thelemic path. It's about recognizing that true power comes from embracing all aspects of ourselves, both the light and the shadow.
So how does this introspection actually play out in the ritual?
The journal suggests various techniques, such as journaling, meditation, or even engaging in dialogue with a trusted friend or mentor.
So it's about finding what works best for you to access those deeper levels of self-awareness.
Exactly. The ritual provides a framework, but the journey is ultimately your own.
But what about the actual purification part? How do you actually release those negative patterns or qualities that you've identified?
The journal emphasizes the power of symbolic acts.
Right.
For example, you might write down those qualities on a piece of paper and then burn it, visualizing them being released and transformed.
So it's about using symbolic gestures to externalize those internal processes.
Precisely. Rituals are a powerful way to engage the subconscious mind and create lasting change.
I'm starting to see how this purification of character ritual ties back to that core Thelemic principle of do what thou wilt. It's about taking control of your own evolution, consciously choosing the qualities you want to embody, and aligning yourself with your true will.
You're getting it. It's about recognizing that you have the power to shape your reality and create the life you desire.
It's empowering and a little daunting at the same time.
It is. The Thelemic path isn't for the faint of heart. It requires courage, dedication, and a willingness to confront the depths of your own being.
Yeah.
But the rewards are immeasurable.
So what happens after you've gone through this process of releasing those negative patterns? What's the next step in the ritual?
The next step involves cultivating and embodying the positive qualities you want to manifest in your life.
So it's not just about getting rid of the bad stuff.
Right.
It's about actively cultivating the good.
Exactly. It's about replacing those negative patterns with positive ones, shifting your focus from what you don't want to what you do want.
I'm curious about the techniques used to cultivate those positive qualities. Are they similar to the ones used for releasing the negative ones?
They can be. The journal emphasizes the importance of visualization, affirmations, and conscious action.
So it's about seeing yourself embodying those qualities, speaking them into existence, and taking action in alignment with them.
Precisely. It's about creating a feedback loop that reinforces those positive patterns and helps them take root in your being.
It seems like there's a lot of emphasis on taking personal responsibility for your own growth and transformation.
That's at the heart of Thelema. It's about recognizing that you are not a passive recipient of fate, but rather an active creator of your own reality.
So it's about becoming the master of your own destiny.
Exactly. Thelema offers a path of empowerment, encouraging individuals to tap into their own inner power and shape their lives according to their true will.
You know, I'm starting to see how this ritual, even though it's focused on personal transformation, can ripple outwards and impact the world around us.
That's a key point. Thelema recognizes that personal transformation is inextricably linked to collective transformation.
Oh, wow.
As we purify our own character and align with our true will, we contribute to a more harmonious and enlightened world.
It's like that Gandhi quote, be the change you wish to see in the world.
Exactly. Thelema encourages us to be the change we want to see, to embody the qualities we want to manifest in the world.
This deep dive into the purification of character ritual has been so illuminating.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see the interconnectedness of all these thelemic concepts, from the importance of true will to the power of the subconscious mind to the transformative potential of rituals.
It's a fascinating tapestry, isn't it?
It is, and I feel like I'm just scratching the surface. There's so much more to explore.
There is. And that's the beauty of Thelema. It's a journey of continuous discovery and growth.
Okay, before we wrap up this discussion of the purification of character ritual, I have one more question.
Okay.
The journal mentions that the ritual concludes with an act of gratitude.
Right.
What's the significance of that?
Expressing gratitude is a powerful way to acknowledge the positive changes you've made and to cultivate a sense of abundance and appreciation. It's about recognizing the blessings in your life and affirming your commitment to living in alignment with your true will.
So it's about closing the ritual with a sense of completion and a renewed sense of purpose.
Exactly. It's about acknowledging the transformative power of the ritual and setting the stage for continued growth and evolution.
I'm realizing that this ritual is not just a one-time event.
Right.
It's a process that can be revisited and adapted as we continue to evolve and deepen our understanding of ourselves and our true will.
You're right. It's a lifelong journey of self-discovery and transformation.
Well, this deep dive into Thelema has definitely given me a lot to think about. I'm feeling inspired to explore these concepts further and see how I can apply them in my own life.
That's fantastic. Remember, the real magic happens when we take these ideas off the page and integrate them into our daily lives.
You know, this discussion of rituals has me thinking about another aspect of Thelema that often comes up, the idea of magic. It's something that can feel a bit mysterious and intimidating.
Magic is often misunderstood.
Right.
In its essence, it's about harnessing our will and intention to create change in the world.
So it's not about hocus pocus or supernatural powers.
Not exactly.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that we have the power to shape our reality through our thoughts, beliefs, and actions.
That reminds me of something we discussed earlier about the power of the subconscious mind.
Right.
How our thoughts and beliefs can influence our experiences.
Exactly. Magic is about consciously directing those thoughts and beliefs to create the outcomes we desire. It's about aligning our will with the forces of the universe.
The journal mentions that Aleister Crowley defined magic as the science and art of causing change to occur in conformity with will.
That's a great definition.
Yeah.
It highlights the dual nature of magic as both a science and an art.
What do you mean by that?
The science of magic involves understanding the principles that govern the universe, the laws of energy and vibration, while the art of magic involves using our creativity and intuition to work with those principles.
So it's about combining knowledge and intuition, understanding the rules of the game, and then playing it skillfully.
Precisely. Magic is about becoming a conscious co-creator with the universe.
This is all starting to make more sense now. But how does this relate to the Thelemic principle of do what thou wilt?
It's all interconnected.
Okay.
Do what thou will is not about indulging in whims or acting without regard for consequences. It's about aligning your will with your true will, that deeper purpose that resonates with the divine spark within you.
So it's about using your will in a conscious and intentional way, aligning it with your highest purpose.
Exactly. And that's where magic comes in.
Okay.
It's the tool that helps us bridge the gap between our will and the manifestation of our true will in the world.
The journal emphasizes that magic is not about forcing things to happen, but rather about working in harmony with the natural flow of the universe.
That's a crucial point.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that we are part of a larger web of interconnectedness and that our actions have consequences.
So it's about using our will responsibly, with awareness of the impact we have on ourselves and the world around us.
Precisely. Magic is about wielding power with wisdom and compassion.
I'm realizing that this concept of magic is much more profound than I initially thought. It's not about manipulating external circumstances, but rather about transforming ourselves from the inside out.
You're getting it. Thelema teaches that true power lies within.
Yeah.
And magic is the art of accessing and directing that power to create positive change.
This has been so insightful. I feel like I'm starting to see the world through a new lens, one that recognizes the power of intention and the interconnectedness of all things.
That's the magic of Thelema.
Yeah.
It opens up new possibilities and empowers us to create a more fulfilling and meaningful life.
You know, this discussion of magic is making me think back to Crowley's ether visions. Those journeys through other realms seem like a powerful form of magic in themselves.
They are. Those visions were a way for Crowley to explore the depths of his own consciousness and to connect with the forces that shape reality.
I'm especially intrigued by the vision involving the golden child, Eros, and the arrow.
Right.
It feels like a metaphor for the process of magic itself.
It is. The golden child represents our untapped potential. Eros embodies the power of desire, and the arrow signifies focused intention.
So it's about harnessing the power of desire and directing it towards a specific goal, aligning our will with our true will.
Exactly. That vision is a powerful reminder that we have the power to create our own reality, to shape our destiny through focused intention and aligned action.
You know, this conversation is making me realize that magic is not something separate from our everyday lives.
Right.
It's woven into the fabric of our experience.
You're right. Every thought we think, every word we speak, every action we take is an act of magic. We are constantly shaping our reality, whether we realize it or not.
So it's about becoming conscious of our own power and using it wisely.
Exactly. Thelema encourages us to awaken to our true potential and to become masters of our own destiny.
Well, this deep dive into Thelema and the concept of magic has been mind-blowing.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been given a new set of tools to navigate the world and create a more fulfilling life.
That's the power of Thelema. It offers a path of empowerment, encouraging individuals to embrace their true will and manifest their dreams into reality.
I'm excited to continue exploring these concepts and see where this journey leads.
The journey is the destination. Enjoy the ride.
Okay, I'm ready to shift gears a bit and talk about another aspect of Thelema that this Black Pearl Journal delves into,
Okay.
the importance of community.
Right.
It seems like Thelema, for all its emphasis on individual growth, also recognizes the value of connection and shared purpose.
Absolutely. While Thelema encourages individuals to forge their own path, it also recognizes that we are not meant to walk that path alone.
The journal highlights the role of various thelemic organizations and orders, like the Ordo Templi Orientis,
Right.
OTO, which provide a framework for shared practice and mutual support.
Those organizations offer a space for individuals to come together, share their experiences, and learn from one another. They provide a supportive community where individuals can explore Thelema in a safe and structured environment.
It seems like having a community of like-minded individuals can be incredibly valuable, especially when navigating a path as complex and challenging as Thelema.
Absolutely. It's about creating a network of support, a space where individuals can feel understood, encouraged, and challenged to grow.
The journal also mentions the importance of mentorship within thelemic communities.
Yeah.
It seems like having guidance from those who have already walked the path can be invaluable.
Mentorship is a cornerstone of Thelemic practice. Experienced practitioners can offer guidance, share their wisdom, and help navigate the challenges that inevitably arise along the path.
So it's about passing down the torch of knowledge and experience from one generation to the next.
Exactly. It's about creating a lineage of wisdom that supports the continued evolution of Thelema and its practitioners.
The journal also emphasizes the importance of service within thelemic communities. It seems like Thelema is not just about personal growth, but also about contributing to the betterment of the world.
That's a key aspect of Thelema.
Right?
Thelema encourages individuals to use their talents and abilities to make a positive impact on the world.
So it's about aligning your true will with a sense of purpose that extends beyond yourself.
Precisely. It's about recognizing that we are all interconnected and that our actions have ripple effects that extend far beyond our immediate sphere of influence.
The journal mentions that Aleister Crowley emphasized the importance of love under will as a guiding principle for thelemic community.
Love under will is about expressing love in a conscious and intentional way, aligned with our true will and the well-being of others.
So it's not about sentimental or romantic love. It's about a deeper form of love that is rooted in wisdom and compassion.
Exactly. It's about acting from a place of understanding, recognizing the interconnectedness of all beings, and the importance of contributing to the greater good.
This discussion of community is making me realize that Thelema, for all its emphasis on individuality, also recognizes the importance of collective evolution.
It does. Thelema teaches that we are all part of a larger tapestry, and our individual journeys are interwoven with the journeys of others.
So it's about finding a balance between individual growth and collective responsibility.
Precisely. Thelema encourages us to cultivate both our own unique potential and our capacity to contribute to the well-being of the whole.
This conversation has given me a much deeper appreciation for the role of community in thelemic practice. It's about finding support, sharing wisdom, and working together to create a more enlightened world.
It's about recognizing that we are stronger together.
Well, this deep dive into Thelema has been incredibly enriching.
Yeah.
I'm feeling inspired to learn more, connect with others who share my interest, and explore how I can live a more purposeful and fulfilling life.
That's fantastic. Remember, the journey is just beginning.
All right, before we wrap up this episode, I wanted to touch on one more aspect of Thelema that has been recurring throughout our discussion, the idea of balance.
Right.
It seems like finding balance is key to navigating the complexities of Thelemic practice.
Absolutely. Balance is essential in all aspects of life, and especially on the Thelemic path. It's about finding that sweet spot between opposing forces, between individual and collective, between freedom and responsibility, between will and surrender.
The journal mentions that Aleister Crowley emphasized the importance of the middle path as a way to avoid extremes and cultivate balance.
The middle path is about finding that harmonious balance between extremes,
Okay.
avoiding dogmatism and rigidity while also recognizing the importance of structure and discipline.
So it's about finding that sweet spot between too much and too little, between overindulgence and deprivation.
Precisely. It's about finding that equilibrium that allows us to thrive and evolve.
This idea of balance seems particularly relevant in today's world, where we are constantly bombarded with information and pulled in a million different directions.
It is. Thelema offers a framework for navigating the complexities of modern life,
Yeah.
encouraging us to find our center and make choices that are aligned with our true will.
So it's about finding that inner compass that guides us towards what is truly important and helps us make choices that support our well-being.
Exactly. Thelema empowers us to become the architects of our own lives, to create a life that is balanced, fulfilling, and meaningful.
I'm realizing that finding balance is not a static state, but rather a dynamic process, a constant dance between opposing forces.
It is. It's about continually adjusting and recalibrating, finding that sweet spot that allows us to thrive and evolve.
This conversation has been so illuminating. I'm feeling inspired to bring more balance into my own life and to approach the complexities of the world with a more nuanced and holistic perspective.
That's wonderful. Remember, balance is a journey, not a destination.
Well, this deep dive into Thelema has been an incredible adventure.
Yeah.
I've learned so much, and I'm excited to continue exploring this path and see where it leads.
The journey is just beginning. Enjoy the ride.
You know, as we've been talking about all these different facets of Thelema, from magic to community to balance, it's striking me how interconnected it all is.
It truly is a tapestry of wisdom, each thread interwoven with the others.
And this Black Pearl Journal does such a great job of highlighting those connections, showing how these concepts can be applied in practical ways to create a more fulfilling life.
It's not just theoretical knowledge. It's about putting these principles into practice and seeing how they can transform your experience.
Exactly. And it seems like one of the key takeaways is that Thelema is not a one-size-fits-all path.
Yeah.
It's about finding your own unique expression of these principles.
Absolutely. Thelema encourages individual exploration and encourages you to find what resonates with you. It's about tailoring these principles to your own unique needs and aspirations.
So it's not about blindly following someone else's interpretation. It's about forging your own path to understanding.
Exactly. It's about making Thelema your own, integrating it into your life in a way that feels authentic and empowering.
You know, as we've been talking, I've been thinking about that core principle of do what thou wilt. It's such a powerful statement, but it's also one that can easily be misconstrued.
It's a phrase that invites deeper reflection, to move beyond the surface level and truly grapple with its meaning.
Right. It's not about giving in to every whim or acting without regard for consequences. It's about aligning your actions with your true will, that deeper purpose that guides your journey.
It's about living a life of intention, making choices that are in harmony with your authentic self and contributing to the greater good.
And that's where the real magic happens, isn't it? When we tap into that inner power and align our actions with our highest purpose.
That's where the transformation begins, both within ourselves and in the world around us.
Well, this deep dive into Thelema through the lens of Black Pearl has been a truly enlightening experience. I feel like I've gained a whole new perspective on life and the power we have to shape our own reality.
The journey of discovery is never ending. Thelema invites us to keep exploring, to keep questioning, and to keep striving to manifest our true will in the world.
And on that note, I think it's time for us to wrap up this deep dive. Thank you, dear listener, for joining us on this exploration of Thelema. We hope you found it as thought-provoking and inspiring as we have.
And remember, the real journey begins now. As you step back into your life, carry these insights with you. Explore them, experiment with them, and see how they can empower you to create a more fulfilling and meaningful existence.
Until next time, dear listener, keep seeking, keep growing, and keep diving deep into the mysteries of life.